Andy Muschietti, the director of The Flash from 2023 and the upcoming DCU project Batman Brave and the Bold, is getting flack yet again, because he's claimed that The Flash is still a good movie, and the people who hated it are basically people who didn't see it and hopped on the hate bandwagon. I think other than James Gunn, Andy is probably one of those directors that gets such online hate, purely because he was the director behind one of the biggest disasters of DC history. Like this one right here, where he says the Flash movie didn't work because it ultimately didn't reach the four quadrants criteria. Or way back in 23, where The Flash was getting so much flack for absolutely horrible digital effects, he basically just said that was intentional. And you know what, considering the fact that he gets so much online hate, and the fact that he was the director behind one of the biggest DC film disasters of all time in terms of box office, but also behind the scene footage which sounds like the stuff of nightmares, I honestly kind of respect him for standing by his guns. This was a movie that was just so turbulent to make. Like, Warner Brothers was already getting rid of this universe of DC movies and making way for a new one, and the news coverage around Ezra Miller was catastrophic. So I think it's unfair to blame Andy, really. I mean, he did the best with what he was given, and you can't really say that the movie was badly directed, considering everything that was going on. And I think he is a good fit for The Brave and the Bold. He's not my first choice, and honestly, I think there's still better directors out there, but if you're gonna go for a fantasy-based Batman and move away from the crime, gritty dramas, you might as well get the guy who did the It movies. Plus, let's not ignore the fact that Andy was definitely at home when he was directing Batman in the scenes of a Flash movie. Andy strikes me as a guy who doesn't really care about what people think about him. However, if Andy was to drop out of The Brave and the Bold and they needed a replacement, I would go with Kari Yoji Fukunaga. I'm sorry if that was pronounced incorrectly. This guy has a knack for two things that lend itself to Batman: detective sagas and action movies. What do you guys think in the comments section? Do you think Andy should leave the project, or should they just keep going?